Since we're coming into winter, a lot of people have been asking me about what grow lights I have had success with, and I thought maybe now would be a good time to just look at those. In this video, I'm not going to be talking about a whole bunch of different types of grow lights because I only really use one type of grow light, and that is this right here. There's one exception in my house, and that is the bulb up here, which is a GE balanced spectrum grow light bulb. And I do recommend those if that is the type of light fixture that you would like to have. Those bulbs are great. I really, all the plants that have been up here under it are beautiful. I'll show you. This is my Hoya Mathilde, and it's growing out of control. So pretty. Just finished a bloom. I have a peduncle here, and I have a peduncle, somewhere else. They're all tangled. This is a Royal Hawaiian purple that is just going absolutely everywhere. It's wrapped around this lamp, and it's climbing up the wall. It's going to be a whole video just trying to get that thing untangled. This is Hoya rotundiflora, and it is also just doing really good growing. These are the sweetest when they have these little leaves. Just a few days ago, these were so tiny they could fit on my fingernail. But now they're just, they just grow so fast. So that bulb is doing a great job. This is Philodendron silver sword and Hoya linearis. And of course the top of this plant, which looks beautiful, nice and full. And that's full. That's the only light, that bulb is the only light that this top of this plant has gotten for just about a year. And obviously, as it grows down, the curtains of Hoya linearis leaves are then supplemented by the grow lights that I have below as well. These are the lights that I have all over my house. They are on this shelf, which is almost, is it 100% Hoyas? Almost 100% Hoyas, not 100%. And I use them in my Millsbow greenhouse cabinet, and I use them on the plants that I sell on Etsy as well. So I use them all over my house. I really like the level of light that they give me, and that's important to me because I want my plants to be growing all season, not just in the outside active growing season. So these are Monios T8 bulbs. This is a 2-foot length. They're also available in a 4-foot length. And I will have links for both of those, the 2-foot and the 4-foot, in the description of this video. And also, while I'm on that topic, I will have this GE bulb linked down there too, because it really is a good grow light. It's just that's not what's the most appropriate for me in most of the areas of my home. What do I like about this bulb the most? That's pretty easy. I like the level of light that I get from it. So these bulbs are shaped in a V, and I'm going to have to insert some footage here so you can kind of see. It's hard to describe, but they're LED lights. They're V-shaped so that the light is not cast just straight down onto only what's directly beneath them. And I've had so many grow lights. I've been growing houseplants for a lot of years, and I've been selling houseplants for a lot of years, and you can spend so much money on grow lights if they will only cast light directly beneath where they are. In this case, I have light that is shining out off of the shelf so that my Hoya linearis is benefiting from the light. All of the plants under the shelf are completely well lit. There's no like dim spots anywhere, which is also something that you can get with other types of grow lights. And also if I wanted to, and I have, but I don't have anything for example right now, but if I wanted to hang things like from this shelf, little hanging pots, I've done that before. I've had a hanger, macrame plant hanging here. And those all still receive light from this style. Spit it out, Bridget. From this style of light. Another benefit of this is that they are super bright. So if you don't need them to be quite as bright, you can just adjust the level of shelf. So I would, if I didn't want these to be coloring up with all that beautiful Hoya sun stress color, that's fine. I just need to raise the light up higher above my plants so it's not quite as intense. So I can completely control the level of light that I'm giving my plants, or like, for example, if you have Calatheas or something that doesn't want to have as intense of a grow light, you just raise the level of that light up higher so that it's not harming your plant, but it's still getting those wonderful benefits of a nice bright light even in the winter season. Another nice thing is that they can just literally hook together like puzzle pieces, and you can take two 2-foot ones and make a 4-foot, or you can just get the 4-foot ones, or you can mix and match. They all have the same fittings on the end, and those can be used to kind of design whatever length of lighting that you need. They also have cords that can attach them one to another, which I appreciate. And each of the cords that plugs in to an outlet has a switch that can be switched on and off. So if, for example, you have lights on every shelf, but you don't need lighting on this shelf, for example, then you can just turn that light off, but still have the rest of them running. So for my uses, that's exactly what I need. If you don't have plants necessarily on shelves like that, then these grow lights might not be appropriate for you. So I did want to talk to you about sun stress. If you're a Hoya person, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Hoya people, you know that we want our Hoyas to take on some sun stressing color. See how that has that little tinge of purpley red up here? This is Hoya Viola. Isn't she pretty? This is Hoya Pobicalix, Royal Hawaiian Purple, and these are pink. The splashes are pink. They're so beautiful. Let me show you another leaf back here that has some pretty good pink. And it's not showing up totally as pink or purple as I can see them here in real life, but I think you can kind of see a little bit of it. So the light is capable of giving these Hoyas the amount of light that they need without causing too much damage. I mean, sun stress is what it sounds like. It's stress, but it doesn't really damage too much, with one exception I do want to show you. And I'll show you this in my my IKEA greenhouse cabinet too, my Millsbow. See how this is very yellowy, but it's like directly under the light. So if a plant gets, because look, it's climbed clear up the shelf, it's just wrapped around and through. This one leaf is bright yellow, which does drive me nuts, I'm not even gonna lie, but I can live with it because the rest of the leaves are very happy. They're colored very darkly with that pretty purpley pink splash all over it. And I mean, it's grown everywhere. We have tendrils everywhere. It's going on forever and ever. So it's a happy plant. And the same thing with, I'll show you my Hoya Rebecca next. Hoya Rebecca is down here. She's being watered right now, but I mean, look how beautiful. I'm just gonna zoom in. Have you ever seen anything prettier? She's lovely. This one has bloomed for me almost nonstop, and we have more coming. It's just always covered in peduncles that are just, here's another one down here. Can you see? Sorry, let me zoom you in.
So the color is fantastic. The plant is happy and healthy. There is my lacunosa, which was colored up pretty darkly. It had, where on these leaves you can see just a tiny touch of purple. We had a lot of purple on the top, but that was when I had it moved forward closer here. And I've pushed it back so it's not directly underneath this light, and it has faded right back out. So I think these lights are perfect. They're exactly what I'm looking for. If you don't have a ton of Hoyas, maybe these lights would be just a little too intense for what it is that you're growing. It is all kind of just based on what you want your lights to do for you, and how many lights you're going to need to put your plants under, and again, just the location. Do you have a place where you can put like a strip light like this? Or if you're keeping plants just on the floor or whatever, then that's probably not going to be appropriate. This is Hoya macrophylla, Albo Marginata. And this one, wow, also has just grown like crazy. When I got it, it was just a little thing. I've got leaves absolutely everywhere here. And talk about cute little new growth. It's bright pink, dark pink, purpley almost. So yeah, that's those. Let's go check out the IKEA cabinet, which also has this type of grow light in it. All right, it hasn't been that long since I have shown you my plants in the greenhouse cabinet. This is my Mills bow, but I did want to just get in here and show you kind of up close, because I think I've shown on Instagram, but maybe not on YouTube. I just wanted you to see the color here. Oh yeah, look how beautiful. Here's the Mauna Loa. She's got lots of new growth, and of course there's a lot of pink. There are some pink pieces here on this other one as well, which I assume is new growth coming in. So this is Hoya Vitellina Splash. Just look at that color. I mean, it's a treat for the eyeballs. And this is my Hoya Obovata. And it's doing very, very well, except I do want to show you my peduncles. They keep throwing their flower buds. So there's a peduncle. It doesn't have anything on it. Here's a peduncle that had nice healthy buds coming in, and then they just dried up and threw them. And I'm thinking I let it go too long in between watering. But if you can share your ideas on that, I would be happy to hear what you have to say, any advice you have to share with me on it. I don't know. And maybe we should talk about the grow lights, because that's why we're here after all. So same exact grow light as on the shelves that I just showed you. And instead of using zip ties on the metal shelves, these have a double-sided tape, which actually came with the lights. The lights come with a lot of different types of fixtures so that you can mount them on lots of different types of surfaces and in the way that you prefer. So I think that's really nice too, because we all want to do things differently. And then the next shelf down has Philodendron birkin, looking cute. And this is Calathea musaica, always beautiful. And nothing else right now, humidifier. And then below we have another light. So this shelf gets ambient light from that light bar 2 shelves up. And then I have another one here that is Monstera Peru, which is actually over here. It's just for some reason we have a leaf growing. They're just getting all in each other's stuff. This is Monstera standaleyana variegata. And then in the back, I'm going to go through the glass. This is Hoya kerrii, and back here is Hoya affinis. And those are both, well, kerrii is on a loop, kind of a cane, and then this has two separate bamboo pieces that I'm just looping the Hoya around on. So everybody's very happy, very leafy. And this was, I was going to show you the discoloration. So this is just getting a little bit more light than it necessarily wants to get, and so it will basically burn. And it's coming up very, very close. You can see, here's the light. Here is the baby leaf that burned. So I'm guessing this one may begin to discolor, may not. It'll just probably depend on its mood. So with these that don't necessarily need or want quite as much light as they're getting, they could potentially throw leaves, or I could put them in a different place. For me, I like them in this cabinet because it keeps their humidity a little bit higher, and they're obviously pretty happy. They're growing all over the place. So my last location I'm going to show you with grow lights is my downstairs, where I have some plants for sale. Okay, so these shelves are brand new, and I literally have only had these set up for like 3 weeks. So this is Hoya carnosa Crimson Queen. Actually, this one and this one are a mix of Crimson Queen and I think maybe just a regular carnosa. They're beautiful. They're so full, trailing down all over the place. That's a Xerocistios. These are some agave babies, and then I have propagation boxes. So that's just a bunch of stems, and this is it's hard to see there, Hoya Cartesii and string of turtles. And we've got what's going on in here. Let me see. Oh, Cibo Blue Pothos. Some, what is that? Pearls and Jade or Enjoy? I never know. Some more Hoya Cartesii. Here is Monstera Peru cuttings. These are, look at these leaves. They're huge. Like, I have big, huge hands, like man hands. These things are way bigger than my hands. They're so pretty. Those are about ready to go on my Etsy. I think this is Philodendron Golden Goddess. So one thing I do with these lights, because they are very, very bright, is you can make more space between the top of the shelf and the plants that you're growing. That's one thing I can do. Another thing I do is this, where I have a propagation box that's receiving light, because there's a light right there. It's receiving light from that light, but it's not directly underneath of it. That's another thing that you can do. And those are just ways that I kind of try to keep stuff. But like I said, this shelf isn't really stocked all the way yet. Just getting started. So I just wanted to show you what I have, how I have it set up. So it's basically, this is identical to the other shelf with my Hoyas, except that it's just a much larger across shelf. Same depth, larger across. So I have all of the 2-foot lights, and I really like them a lot. So there you have it. So that is the Monios T8 grow light bulb that I use. And if you have any questions, or if I've left any information out of this, I'm positive I have, go ahead and comment that below, and I will get back with you as quickly as possible, because I know that grow lights is a huge source of stress
for a lot of us houseplant people. And since I have been doing it for a while, I'm hoping that this can be really helpful to you. I also hope that you are all being safe and taking care of each other and loving each other really well. And I'll see you in our next video. Bye.